guess it doesn't happen nowadays, but it happened to me then. So there was a lot of planning around who addresses these people, how do people see it, how is the ambience going to be, and all. And we did not really plan for ourselves.
But we had ushers, right?
Yes, the ushers were attending to our guests.
Okay, but to us, yeah, not to us. Yes.
So we actually did not eat our wedding food.
Yeah, we didn't eat out. We didn't. Okay, I think we didn't eat until like midnight. Yes. The pattern packed food for us.
And it was even my sister. The food we ate was not our wedding food.
It wasn't. So we actually we had surplus, right? Food, drink, fish, everything, but we didn't taste anything. Like not even. The only thing I think I tasted at the wedding was water and red wine and the likes of them. They mixed and that was the only thing I didn't. For me, and I didn't know. In my mind, I was drinking. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's just. So we didn't have wedding food.
We didn't have any vendors. I'll just say it was lack of management. Like we got help from, like I said, the church was a huge blessing. The church at that time was a huge blessing. Like the teenagers stood in as ushers. They picked an outfit, they sold, like it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
They organized themselves perfectly. Then we had a friend who stood in to regulate them, young people to watch. I mean, we went beyond that. Concerning the hall, the only thing was there was a brief power surge at the time, but it came back up almost immediately. The decoration was even beyond what I expected, and yeah, everything vendor-wise was fine. And people to take care of your guests, the ministers required. Also have someone who actually takes care of.
As a matter of fact, I was concerned about practically everybody. They're not supposed to sit there. Let them sit there.
Except the wife that was beside you.
So I was just concerned about. I want everybody to be fine. I want everybody to be fine. I want everybody.
Directing the photographer. Oh, guys, you're waiting. Hold me. Smile. Look at me. Look into my eyes. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to say that.
They are the one that
I'm just kidding. Yeah. So, yeah. I was just concerned about everybody, and except myself and my wife. We had a day that we fast and prayed together before the wedding, months before the wedding actually. So, yeah. A lot of time we feel that we know it all. We feel that it's love. Love is not enough to sustain a marriage, not even a relationship. You get. So I feel the counseling, because there were things that they talked about. I remember it was a woman that counseled us. There were a lot of things she mentioned. A redeemed member or pastor, I don't know our position, but there were a lot of things she mentioned that played out. In fact, from the first, after our mushy stuff, like I tell my brothers that when the case of this world sets in, so there were a lot of things that she mentioned and that played out, and so it was as if we were prepared for some of those things. So maybe the effects that such issues should have had on us, it didn't have that much effect. So we're able to manage it based on the experience or the knowledge or information we got before then.
Counseling is, to me, it's a must. You should be equipped. You go to school, for example, to prepare to be a doctor or something. You invest so much time, money, resources going through that, even when you don't feel like when it's inconvenient. So marriage in itself is a lifelong institution, especially if, like us, we have no plans for divorce or plan B. There's no plan B in the picture. So for people who are in that, who have those sort of principles and decisions set out for them, it's counseling is a must. One, you get prior knowledge, you get knowledge of what you obviously have not experienced. For people who it's not something they've been into before, so they get that knowledge, necessary knowledge, and other people's perspective. So it's
Trusted counsel, no?
yes, trusted.
Yeah, because counseling can be from a personal experience of an individual, but basically I would say a Bible-based counsel. Yeah, because there are a lot of counsels out there. Divorce is from a counsel as well. So,
Yes.
yeah. Patience is very important. To an extent, I can be an organized person and I can probably just want things done the way I had it in my head and all that. And there are a lot of times that did not really, fit into like, so you tend to complain, you're not supposed to put it there, or what do you think? Don't you think you ought to have done this and that? But over a period of time, you need to also remember that that person also, might actually have intention of doing it. Maybe it's not just time to do it and all that. So I think, there are times you need to just sit back and keep quiet and just relax and let things just flow. So I think, yeah, patience is cool. We're still learning though.
Well, yeah, I think you have said most of it. Patience is key. Patience is needed in life itself. Marriage is a phase in life also. So, it's a phase in life where you have to deal with the same person intimately and with the intentions of going for a long time. So you need patience to handle that, especially if like in our case, we're from we have different cultural backgrounds, different interpretation of things and perspective to things, different exposure to things also. So it requires patience to bring yourself out of the situation and see if the other person actually has a point or is seeing something you're not seeing. Just try to see the person's eyes. So patience is needed, just like in every other area of life. Also, be sure. To the female, be sure this is what you want. I remember the day of my wedding, the morning of my wedding. One of my friends I've not seen in a while. She's older than me. She asked me a key question that how did you know he was the one? Like, how are you sure he is the one? And I said, I know nowadays we have a lot of answers now, and I said I have this peace, and I told God I wanted one thing. Up until I got married, I have not dated a lot of people. So in relationships, dating and relationships, I didn't have so much experience. I wasn't a pro in that. But with the few people I've interacted with, I had been placed in a position where I was fun to have, but there was not really a need to be committed to the person. Like when it comes to commitment, they didn't want to be committed, but they just wanted your intelligent conversations, you can be sarcastic, your rhetorics and all, and they enjoy that communication, but commitment. So I told God I wanted somebody who wanted me. That was what I told God. God, I want you to provide somebody who wants me and who is willing to fight for me, to chase me.
I fought.
And so, when I saw the answer when he said, I want to marry you. I'm starting something with you because I want to marry you. Are you ready to get married? Like, I saw someone who knew what he wanted from day one. And that was what I asked God for. I don't want to play around. I wasn't that type of person. The few relationships I had, I usually asked, what is going on? And if there's too much, okay, that was how it was. So, one of what I'll tell a bride to be, especially depending on the type of person, if she was my type of person, I would ask her, be sure of what you want.
Being sure settles a lot of things. Being sure gives you peace. That's the major thing. Being sure gives you peace. And it gives you peace even when there's no money in your pocket. Seriously. and it doesn't make you feel less of yourself. Being sure define a future for you in a way more like, despite the fact that maybe circumstances in a particular form, but because of the assurance you have, you are sure of tomorrow. So that's one of the things that being sure, would more or less like settle within you and with your. Then another thing I'll talk about is discussing everything. Discuss everything from finances to can people stay with us or not, who cooks, how do we manage our resources and all that. How often do we have our in-laws over in the house and all that, and a whole lot of stuff. Just discuss everything, and so that would also settle a lot of stuff. Another thing is, I'll borrow the word of one of my brothers that talks about having wedding IT or marriage IT. That is essential, that if you're getting married and all that, and you should try to look for a template that you want your home to look like, and stay 6 months, 1 year, if possible, with a particular married couple. Or just go around them and learn practically, apart from the counseling you receive in church. That would also settle a lot of things for you. Then another thing is also family values. This is what we do in our house. This is what we don't do in our house. All of this will settle a lot of things. So when strangers come around, the stranger either adapt to your form or go. So all of those things. In my house, we don't watch Sound City, we don't do this and that. Yeah, do I dance to secular? Yes, I can dance to it when I'm shooting, when I'm working and all that. Do I listen to secular songs? Maybe yes, once in a while, but it's not as a result of spirit cocoa or anything. I'm in the media space, but I feel one of the major reasons why we don't watch is, number one, we don't want the influence on our kids. Number two, there's really no correlation between some of the songs they sing and the videos we see. A whole lot of reasons. That's just one of our personal values. So values like that should be established before probably you get into marriage, or before you get married, because early enough can scatter a lot of stuff. Do we leave the light on or off and all that? So yeah. So family values should be discussed. Do an IT if possible. Discuss everything if possible, and be sure. Being sure settles a lot of things for me. Before we got married, after we got married, now that we are almost 5 years, being sure has done a lot for me personally, and I guess for her too, because a photographer coming from Ekiti, getting married to one of the best students in chemistry from our school and all that, our parents wanting a whole lot for her. The guy, definitely wants a good life for himself as well, but are you sure you want to marry a photographer? So a whole lot of stuff like that. So you just have to be sure. So I've been shooting weddings for like about 10 years now. So I've seen stuff, and some of the things we've talked about now is the reason. And I feel anybody that is watching this now should not just see this as whiling away time and all that. You should take it serious, because it's more or less like a platform for you to learn from and all that. I've seen stuff. I've seen couple fight on the day of their wedding. I've seen father-in-law and the groom get into battle on the day of their wedding. I've seen people say, I'm not doing again on the day of their wedding. I've seen brides not so sure if she should go along and started drinking on the day of her wedding before. I've seen stuff. I've seen all sorts of stuff. And the reason for most of these things is because you are not sure. So I've seen a lot of awkward moments. I've seen brides ride on bike because they are held up in traffic, or they think they thought they had time at the time of preparation of wedding, all sort of stuff. So awkward moments, I'll just leave it at that. The relationship may get cold, has the tendency to grow cold. We have something like a miracle. I will stay with you. I will stay with you through the ups and downs. I will stay with you when no one else seems around, then the dark cloud arrives. I will stay by your side. I know we'll be alright. I will stay with you.
If I could buy you a gift to show you my love, tell you how I feel, it wouldn't matter what I have to give. I will find a way to get it for you. But fortunately, that's not the case, and I wouldn't have something in bank anyway. But I wouldn't let it affect my presentation to you, 'cause this is what I bring. Here is my heart, my mind. Lord, here's my life, my everything. Take it, it's yours, it's all I have.
Gracias, adios. Thank you, Wedding Party Saga.